11th season, says Adam McCourt. But get in the chat. Tell me what you're thinking about that transfer window now. It's over. Can't believe Jesse stayed. I mean, I think that's a great place to start, easygoing. You've got to be very careful about what you say, because personal lives are personal lives. And, you know, there may be very many reasons. But my question mark here is, obviously, I think it's been spoken a lot about how well he played at West Ham. He's in the current England squad. If I'm Jesse Lingard tonight and I'm happy, I'm part of the England squad for the next week, there's got to be a part of him thinking, am I going to be in the next England squad then, or the next England squad after that? Because how can Southgate keep picking him when Maddison and Foden are back and they're fit and they're playing every game? I think Maddison might already be back. And then they're going, hold on a minute, you're picking Jesse Lingard. He doesn't even play for Man United. And you're picking Jesse Lingard in the England squad. So how is Jesse sat there thinking he's going to make the next squad? No matter how well he plays now, if he's not playing for United. And if he's going to play for United, who's he going to play instead of? And that's the thing I just can't get my head around. Who's he going to play ahead of in the United team? Because you're going to drop Bruno? You're going to drop Sancho? You're going to drop Greenwood? You're going to drop Pogba? You're going to drop Ronaldo? Like, where is he going to get to play? And that's the thing that's really surprised me about this is, what promises has he had? Some have said he's running his contract down. That's why he's staying. But I don't get the feeling from what I've spoken to, and what we hear publicly, a player who's running their contract down is a contract rebel. Like, Ollie speaks about him glowingly. I don't think they're willingly going to say, don't worry, Jesse, we don't care about the 20 million. You can go for free. So I think he must have been made promises about game time. In which case, maybe he's going to play instead of Bruno a bit, and Bruno's going to get rested, which will piss me off, not because of Lingard, but because of Ollie. Because I'll be like, all last season, you wouldn't drop Bruno even in the Carabao Cup to give Donny a chance. This season, you're resting Bruno in the Champions League to give Jesse a start. And that maybe that's going to happen. But that will piss me off, because it'll be like, well, why was Donny never given these opportunities when, in fairness, Lingard's had more opportunities than anyone? He's been here for bloody years and he's been given chances, and now he's being given another one, and Donny's been given none. But, you know, you can't blame Jesse if he's been... Look, at the end of the day, I imagine Lingard said to Ollie, am I going to get opportunities here? Yes, you are. Okay, I want to stay. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Could try my Bruno in our midfield. He's better than Fred, says Andy and Bruno. I give the window an 8. The only thing we were missing was the CDM, and it will cost us. I would say Matic has to play the big games because the team works, says JM. The video James uploaded made me smile a little, shows how ambitious and hungry to play more. Bielsa might improve him too, says Danielle. Without the CDM, it's a poor window, says Danny B. I don't see a player in the squad to convert. Donny is the only one who can be a part of real formidable pivot, says Danny B there. Ollie could try my Bruno in our midfield. He's better. We've done that one as well, says Andy and Bruno. Liquid, do you think we actually have a player that can do what Fred does? Amount of running, tackling, but can actually pass, says Liquid. Probably not. I think Ian Lee, welcome to the Members Club as well. I think the big positive about Fred is his mobility. You've touched on that. He's a very mobile player. And, you know, yeah, I don't. Jake Williams, there's no need to be so arsey. We've got a nice community here. If you're going to make your points, I would implore that you learn how to communicate better. But I will give you the benefit of the doubt. Jake Williams says, stop making assumptions, Mark. You have no idea why Jesse is staying. Don't watch the United Stand if you don't want people to give their opinion and interact with each other. Point 1. Point 2, I basically covered every avenue. I said, 1, personally, he may not want to leave Manchester. 2, he may have been given assurances about first team time by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. 3, he might be running his contract down, which I don't think he is. And option 4, I don't know. But it basically covers all the bases, mate. And if we weren't going to make assumptions, we may as well just close the channel down, because it's an opinionated channel. That's what it is. If you don't like it, I think Newsnight's on. Mark, or Good Night. Mark, if someone sent you a pic of Ronaldo, Sancho, Varane in a United kit 6 months ago, would you have taken that for the summer? Yes, I would have done, Ben. I would have done. But it doesn't mean it solves all the problems we've got. But yeah, I would have done. Yeah. Personally, think we need to play a flat 4-3-3 with no DM, Donny, Fred, and Bruno. Pogba to play off the left. We were lucky against Wolves, says Paolo. Mark, I think it's a classic Glazer tactic. They asked Ollie if Fred will do. He said he will make it work. If it doesn't, they buy in January, maximise on shirt sales and appease the fans, says AJ Singh. Aside mobility, does Fred bring anything else to the team? Absolutely not, says Ice Cube. I think there was a time when he was bringing something to the team. Probably not anymore. Why are they saying that Sal Miguez might be off? I've not really been keeping an eye on it because it's not really a deal that impacts on us. But I can't imagine that they haven't got that done in time. Rondon's gone to Everton. I don't know where Rondon was. Was he in Chelsea? Was he in China or something? I know United were looking at Rondon when we got Agallo. So he must be getting on a little bit in age now. But no, not heard anything about that. Let's not, can I just say as well, let's not forget Tom Heaton. I think Ollie has. We did bring Tom Heaton in as well. Talk on Twitter that Chelsea's Sal deal might have collapsed, says Dale Yelland. That would be a big... You know what, actually? I'd be disappointed if that collapsed because I would like to see Sal Niguez playing in the transfer in the Premier League. I was disappointed that Renato Sanchez to Wolves collapsed as well. I do... Obviously, my total loyalty is with Manchester United and I want Manchester United to do well. But I do also like the Premier League and like to see the Premier League doing well as well. So, yeah, better call, Sol. Great window with players in. CDM is what it is. January might be better. After all, we did sign Bruno in January, but we need to get rid of a lot of players, would free up space and allows us to regularly sign players of the Windows level, says Host Migration. I want to talk about that. It's a good point, actually. Just woke up, catching up on all the news. Fingers crossed Fred goes okay and we play Donny. Thanks for all the coverage. Love the show, says Andrew Matthias. And Sowell, Griezmann, De Jong, Saga, hoping it's 3 faulty fax machines. With regards to what was I going to say? Yeah, the sale of players. We're talking about getting a CDM. Let's get a CDM, and obviously your attention is always going to be drawn to the buying of a player. But we've just all spent a few hours saying that we didn't sell enough players. What's going to change in the next transfer window? Eric Bailly's probably going to want to go at some point. What do you do with Phil Jones? Will Delo start looking for a move? Will Tellez start looking for a move if we don't use him? Van der Beek probably going to want to go if we don't get used. Matic will be a year older. He's not getting used. Pogba probably going to want to go as well. I think there's a lot of questions. I mean, look, we talk about Jesse Lingard, but Jesse Lingard could be a player that hangs about a bit. He could benefit from all this stuff if Van der Beek goes, if Pogba goes. Ollie's going to keep Jesse, isn't he? So maybe Jesse's seen that as an opportunity that, look, there might be a few of these players going soon. If we sold a few more players and got in a DM, would have been a banging window. I'd love to see vision of Fred training to justify his continuous selection. Time for season proper with no distractions now, says Cam. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Saul, Griezmann, De Jong, Saga, hoping it's 3 faulty fax machines, says Azert. And Mark, this could go on for another 10 hours. Fantastic. Put feet up, earned, says De Gea. And as much as I'm in awe with Cristiano coming back to Manchester United, I'm a bit concerned that midfield has still not been addressed. We look great on the outside, but a massive hole in the midfield, says Mohammed. Saul Niguez is still on, says Kyle. Not that I'm massively bothered. Not massively bothered about that. At the end of the day, we're not massively confused. I'm not massively bothered about Saul Niguez. He's not coming to Manchester United. That's what's the main thing.